Do you understand what I'm saying? God puts people up so that they can influence systems, influence institutions, disciple nations for God. That was what Daniel did. Okay, let's look at an example of Abraham. Genesis chapter 18. Genesis 18. And you look at the life of Abraham there in verse 17 to 19. Genesis 18. And the Lord said, shall I hide from Abraham that thing which I do, seeing that Abraham shall surely become a great and mighty nation, and all the nations of the earth shall be blessed in him. Then he went further and said, for I know him. I know this man. He will command his children and his household. Household here now is referring to employee force, labor force. And they shall keep the way of the Lord, to do justice and judgment, that the Lord may bring upon Abraham that which he has spoken of him. There is a reason why I am taking this man up. I know him. Everybody who works for him will follow him to church. I know him. I know the man. He will command his household, command his family, his employee, anything connected to him, he will command them to serve God. If you ever have influence in mind, you ever have the mind of impacting your generation, just trust the Lord to give you the opportunity to go up, because it is easier to influence systems from the top down than from down up. It's a walkover. I know Abraham. He will compel, he will command his household, he will command his family, he will put them under pressure and make them to know me. Somebody say amen. Somebody say amen. Somebody say louder amen. Somebody shout the loudest amen. Are you receiving anything today? Shout the loudest amen. Take your seat in the presence of the Lord and look at that. In First Chronicles, we see the influence of David on the whole of Israel. First Chronicles 29 verse 3, King David. He said, moreover, because I have set my affection to the house of my God, I have of my own proper good, of gold and silver, which I have given to the house of my God, over and above all that I have prepared for the holy house. Go on, I'll read all the way to verse 6 maybe, verse 5. Even 3,000 talents of gold, of the gold of Ophir, 7,000 talents of refined silver, to overlay the walls of the houses withal, the gold for things of gold, silver for things of silver, for all manner of work to be made by the hands of artificers. And who then is willing to consecrate his service this day to the Lord? Who will follow my example? This is what I am doing as your leader. And in verse 6, all Israel, the elders of Israel, then the chief of the fathers and princes of the tribes of Israel, and of the captains of thousands and of hundreds, with the rulers of the kings, they offered willingly. Our king has already shown us the example. See what he has done for the sake of God and the house of God. See what he has done. You see, the best way to communicate principles is by examples. Principles are easier done than taught. People may hear what you say, but they do what you do. They want to do what you do. Am I communicating at all? This is what happens when institutions from top down are being influenced by the right people. I announce today, there are people seated here. God will take you up and use you to influence your family, influence institutions, influence nations, influence organizations. You believe that? Shout the loudest, amen.